There we go. Now we're live. Okay, welcome. And yes, it is summer, finally. Yay. Pardon me while I put up the usual messages at the beginning here, if I can find them. There they are. And if you're new, please email me. I'm going to put the email right here in the chat. And there's that. Hit the enter key. Wrong button. And that is so. Send me your real name if it's not the same as your YouTube name, which is most often the case. Your mailing address and your PayPal information. Email usually is what it is. So we use PayPal for invoicing and Pirate Ship for shipping. I always forget to move that phone out of here. Just ignoring it. Should get it downstairs. Maybe. Okay, so there we go. There's that. Okay. We usually start, our prices are fairly low tonight as well on a couple items. You'll see some interesting stuff tonight. I have some, I'll show them, but I don't think I'll put them up for bid because they're way too expensive, I think. These items I just found tonight from the estate. Now, last week, somebody I believe has asked, landline. Somebody was asking about, I mean, it was probably Marlene, I suspect, about more estate. So it's going to be a lot of estate stuff tonight, and some non-estate stuff. I will try to identify what it is and what isn't. So dollar increments, like I say, $2 off to $10, and increments that is or more. Once I post sold in the chat, the bidding has stopped. I don't plan on doing any multi items, but I say that every time. And sometimes I'm doing it because I'm getting close to the end and I just want to get through the items I brought. But and I do I think I do have some silver items tonight. I'll try to identify them. I did not have a chance to test them. One of the items I just came across, it turned out it was gold plated and then a vintage piece. So I'm not sure about whether you'll see that one tonight or not. After I looked it up, I was like, oh, it's a pricey item, so I probably won't bring that. Anyway, okay, so that takes care of the usual stuff at the beginning. And we are having finally a real summer. It's been nice the last few days. We had some rain over the weekend again, but nothing serious. My lawn is still not mowed in parts of it, and I had a guy come and look at it. It's so high because it's been so wet. We couldn't mow because we literally got stuck with the lawnmower, with the riding lawnmower. Not only that, but my riding lawnmower died. The engine blew. So I'm in the process of getting another riding lawnmower. We have about 1.5 acres we mow, so it's more than I want to walk, let's put it that way. That's coming tomorrow, I hope, lawnmower. Meanwhile, I have to hire somebody to knock down what's out there. It is literally looks like a pasture. I meant to grab some video and put it on this computer to show you. We have a little a doe that's been hanging around various parts of the day, evening, sometimes morning, and she seems to enjoy the tall grass. So that's out there. But it does look like a pasture now with the grass. So that's the way it is. She's really. I got some really nice pictures of her. I didn't try. Did I get video? I can't remember. I have to see if I did. But with the camera. But it's pretty cool. We used to get deer around here all the time. Been quiet. Well, I wouldn't say it's quiet. My game cameras haven't been set up, so I can't always say that they're here or not here because I haven't got any evidence to prove one way or the other. So anyway. For those that are new, I am in Northwest Vermont, about 2 hours from Montreal, about an hour from the border, I think it's 17 or 18 miles outside of Burlington, the city. This is the largest city here in Vermont. We have the, Vermont has the proud distinction, they consider it a proud distinction, of not having a McDonald's in the state capital. I think apparently we're the only state in the union that does not have a McDonald's in our state capital. How's that for a bit of trivia? What else do we need to know? Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. Like I said, we've had decent weather. Nice, really nice today. And so, unfortunately, obviously I'm going to have to get somebody out there to mow my lawn. Let's see, what else? I guess that's it. I don't have a lot of, well, I shouldn't say not non-jewelry. It depends on what you consider jewelry items tonight. So it's going to start off pretty quickly with some jewelry. I'm going to be pretty heavy on the estate stuff. I've got some of my own stuff as well. Like I said, I was going through some of the estate stuff, and I was finding a few items that were, well, one item is listed out there on eBay for over $200. So I'll show it to you if you're curious as to what I'm talking about. That is not going to happen tonight. I'd be crazy to put it up for auction at any kind of price, because you wouldn't want to start it at $100. Let's put it that way. Typically, most of the folks I think we get here don't have the pockets that deep. And maybe they do. I just don't know it. I'll give you an example. This is a David Anderson piece from one of the Scandinavian. I think it's either in Sweden or Norway. It's a solid piece. Oh, let me switch cameras so I can show it to you. This is one piece I came across that's in the estate that she paid some good money for. So, but there it is. That's a solid silver piece with crystals in it. Really nice piece. That's a really expensive piece. Okay, so, and you can see I've got one non-jewelry item ready to go. This is a Homer Laughlin vintage pitcher. Let me see if we can get the lighting a little better here. Move a few things around here. There we go. It is marked Homer Laughlin on the bottom. Let me turn it so you can see it. It's in mint condition. Made in the USA, number 33N. Oops, my hands aren't steady. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. But it even has a little silver on the besides the silver along the top. So isn't that cute little thing? Looks like it's about, I'm going to guess 4 to 5 inches tall. 4 and a quarter. So I knew it was between 4 and 5. Okay, so let's see here. Let me put this in the chat. Yes, yeah, that would be great if they would subscribe and hit that notification bell and like on the videos. I'm trying to be consistent about being Wednesdays nights. The only reason I haven't done Wednesdays in the last couple of months has been because we've had some other event going on that I have to go to, like a concert or something like that. But I do try to put a video up the day before. So if you're paying attention to my channel at all, I try to put up the video the day before. It's been twice this year where I had to do it the same day, but I do try to put up a quick preview. Yesterday's was a very short one, but it was definitely there. Okay, so Homer Laughlin. See if I can spell that right. Pitcher. Nope. Even spell check doesn't. Oh, spell check caught me after the spelling of one of the words. That's interesting. We'll start this at $8. I did comp it. It's worth a lot more than that, apparently. At least what people are posting it for out there on the auction sites. But anybody out there who collects vintage pictures? I say it's in really good condition. Kind of a creamish color, as you can see. I don't know if that's hand painted or a decal. It's smooth, so I'm going to say that it's probably not hand painted. But, hey, Killian, I've got your package ready to go, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to wait just in case." So I'm glad I did. That's my other thing. I have to apologize. I'm usually pretty good about getting invoices out least by the weekend. This time, it's just been, well, it's been a little insane around here. Like I say, we've had problems with the lawnmower and all kinds of issues. So, okay, I'll see. So, nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to say going once. Excuse me. Going twice. So what I'll do is I'll I'll hold on the items on the invoice. I will send you a modified invoice. Probably the easiest thing to do, and then we'll go from there. So okay, thank you. By the way, and okay, let me set that aside. I think I'll set it right next to your package. So we have that ready to go. Okay. So where did I just had that in my hands a minute ago? All right. So this is the first item that is, to me, always debatable whether this is from the estate. It's a brand, I think, new or nearly new. It's in the original case. Watch. If it isn't running right now, if I have the battery for it, I will get the battery. It is in this Gossip case. So it's a Gossip. What color was the strap? Blue strap. I'll call this the Gossip Blue watch. And we'll start this at, let's stick with the $8 bid. How's that sound? And so I'll take it out of the packaging here, if I can, so you can see it better. So there it is, Gossip, and it says quartz here on the bottom, and it's a cloth strap. I'm trying to see if there's any wear on this. I'll take that back. This may have been worn. They just may have saved the case. And there's a little bit of tarnishing on the buckle. So I'll tell you what. Because of that, I'm going to change. Unfortunately, I didn't have to yet. I want to drop the price to $6. So somebody will need to clean that and polish up the thing here, or if you want, put a new strap on it. But if I have a battery, let me look, see if the back tells me. Sometimes the back will tell you what battery it takes. And if it does, I'll know real quick if I have it or not. No, just says stainless steel case, usual stuff. Quartz movement. So, any interested in a Gossip watch? And set that up right there. Oops. Looks like I moved it here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to assume it's used, even though it had the original case, because I guess some people are actually really good about saving cases. So, I have another one too, if I can find it. That's it. Oh, there it is. So, let me check this other one to see if it's new or nearly new. If I can open the case. Yeah, this is a different one. Okay, we're going to pass on this. And I have another Gossip watch. Again, this is all from the estate. And this one's also in its original case. This one looks much newer. Condition wise, oh yeah, it's nice and shiny. Everything's nice and shiny. Buckle's in excellent shape. It's a genuine leather strap, and it's also a type of blue. Let me see, what would you call that? Not fuchsia. What would you? Oops, get rid of the other thing here. What color would we call that? Is a good question. But we'll start this one. This one I will go for 8. And I think this one is either new or near. Oh no, look. This still has the little thing that you leave behind the pin, so you pull it and it'll start the battery. And it does say Gossip. It does say the battery's a 377, which I have. So if what I will do is I will include a free battery. Just watch. I'm not going to pull the thing just in case the battery in there is still good, but I will include a free battery with it. I do carry the 377s, but it is a leather strap. Gossip watch again from the estate. It'll come in the case, assuming you want the case. And I think it's brand new. It even has the manual in here. So right there, Gossip watches. So I had a 5-year warranty on those when they came out. I'm sure it's long gone on this one. Out of this estate. Okay, well, no interest in the watch. We will put that aside. And pass on that. Because I know you're anxious to see some of the jewelry, but we'll get there. We will get there. Actually, that may be the last. I don't consider watches jewelry personally, but maybe some people do. Maybe when you go to a store, they do. But all right. Well, let's start with. Let's see. Let me jump right into some jewelry here. So this came from the estate. This is another estate piece. And the tags that are on these are usually for me to help me so I don't get confused as to where they came from. And this piece is not marked. I can see. So I would say it's silver tone. I think. Well, I know that. I take that back. Let me just check because I do see some kind of a marking here. Let me just find my loop. Now I want to give you all the details I can. So this is what it is, and there's a little marking on here somewhere. I just saw it. A little tiny, the tiniest of hang tags I've ever seen. And it does have something written on it, so I'm gonna see if I can read that for you. I wish I could show it to you, but I just don't have a way of doing that clearly. And something this small can be almost impossible anyway. I'm thinking it's a manufacturer's name. Son of a gun. It says 925 on it. I have not tested this. And I don't think this is. This feels too light. Let me get my magnet. Let me get my magnet. The only thing that seems to be magnetic is the clasp. That's interesting. Oops, let me get rid of the pass on there. Okay, so I'm going to say it's tagged 925 by necklace, silver tone necklace. And we'll start this at, I'll say $8, I guess. We'll try and we'll stay in that same price range we've been in for the evening. In part because I really need to get rid of some of this estate stuff, and he doesn't really care. But it is marked right in that little tiny tag. I don't think it'll show. Maybe it will. I can keep my hand steady enough. That little tag says 925 on that. Isn't that crazy? And it is which is interesting because it's like, what made me think to look is I see this is soldered there, and I don't usually see it soldered in places unless it's something of reasonable quality. None of the pieces themselves are marked. I'm looking just in case, but and the necklace, the pendant, I mean, itself is not marked. Just sort of looks like hammered steel kind of look to it. So I'm not guaranteeing it's silver. I cannot. I have not tested it. It is not magnetic except for the clasp. But that is what it is. So, and the length on that is, what did I do? I don't think it's particularly long. I think it's 16. Yeah, it looks like 16-inch drop on it. But there it is, the first maybe silver item of the night. I'm gonna say that's why I'm not asking. I don't know for sure. So if you're getting silver at $8, then you're getting a good deal. If you're not, I think it's still a good deal because it's reasonably good. It's really good quality. So just no maker on it. I thought the other side of that little tag might have a name on it, but I couldn't see anything with my loop. So okay, while you're perusing that one, let me have another state piece here. Measure something on it while I have the opportunity while it's off screen. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Well, we'll pass on this silver tone guy. And go to a bracelet from the state. Let me put this back in the box. So I have feels like glass beads, a combination of various beads on this necklace, bracelet. I measured it at about 8-inch, so it's a good size bracelet. Let me get it on the screen here. So I'm going to call it the blue and green bracelet. We'll start this at $6. See, it's pretty large. So I'll give you an idea of how that looks like. There you can see there's some patterned beads here, green, smaller beads, some little silver tone pieces in between. And there's the clasp. And there's a large bluish bead there. Again, pardon the string. Let's get that string off of there. At least partway off of there. So you can see the bead properly. There. So combination of some blue and green and with shiny little beads in between, and again, another estate piece. Okay. Oh, I have one other non-jewelry item. I'll take that back. We'll show that. I was using it actually. Let me leave that up there for a second while I take the stuff out of it. Oh, what did I do with that now? Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the stuff out of this box with you momentarily. Earrings. Okay. No interest in the. Oh, you're walking again tonight? Yep. Yep. That's probably hopefully a nice night for it. Okay, we'll pass on this. No interest in the estate things. There's any cigar box collectors out there? I've got this nice one here. It has a little bit of paper lift right here on the back, but that could be easily fixed with a little bit of glue. I did not attempt to fix that. It says Arganese, handmade long filler, Dominican Republic. The stamp is still on there. And here's the inside. Show the inside label. Oops, get some of that glare off of there. Yeah. There's the handmade in Dominican Republic. Still has the barcode on the bottom. So you can see the wooden panel there. So, like I said, I'm not, there's a little bit of the paper's lifting right there on the back, but let me get rid of that on the screen. So cigar box. I don't usually ask a lot for cigar boxes, so we'll start this one at $5. If there's any interest. It's cooling down. Yeah, it is here too. I don't have I have a weather station out there, but I don't have it up on my phone right now. But keep an eye on things. I was out this evening. Took advantage of a sale at Lowe's and got myself a new grill. So I was out right up till about an hour ago, trying to put it together. So it was a beautiful evening to be out there. The occasional black fly, and fortunately no deer flies came around. So okay, no interest in the jewelry box. Cigar box. I do have jewelry boxes. Anybody interested? In fact, I can see one from where I'm sitting. Okay, we'll pass on this. That's okay. I'll continue to use it as storage. For now, that's what I was using it for. Okay, let's see. This is pin marked. This is a pin that is marked JJ, which is Jared Jewelry, I believe. Let me bring my light back around. See, get some decent light on this thing. So it's marked in the back. I'll show you. And we'll start this at $5. I did some research on a few items tonight, but most of them I'm just kind of winging it. So you might be getting a deal and I have no idea. And that'd be good for you. There's the pin up close. You can see it from my thumb and what the size of it is, roughly 1.5 inches across. And you can see where it's marked JJ right there. Right below my thumb there. Okay. This is not the state jewelry. This is one of mine. Let's see what's next. I suppose we should get around to showing you some of the items from the preview. Let's set up next. Almost everything in the preview was from the estate with the exception of the earrings. This next one I want to show is from the estate. I have shown this before in the past. But I thought because some folks here are relatively new, like some newer folks here, they might not have seen this. And there's some interesting history with a couple of these items that I'll explain. Okay, no interest in this. We will pass. And put that in my cigar box. Okay. So this is a necklace from the estate. And I got to back up the camera a little bit further. Get it all in there. Pardon the mess off to the side. Yeah, let me do this. So you look at that terrible mess over there. There we go. Okay, so this is looks like about 10 strands maybe of little white Bohemian glass. Okay, so I'm going to type it in here. And I'm going to start this. This is vintage, by the way. Very, very vintage piece. I'm going to guess more than 30 years old, probably 40 or 50 years old. So we're going to start this at, boy, I'm going to, this is probably way too low, but I'm, again, like I said, I'm trying to get some of this stuff out. So how do I know it's Bohemian glass? It still has the original tag on it from when it was purchased. It says Bohemian glass. The original price was from the New York City Opera. It was $25, and that was some time ago. I'm guessing that this was made or sold because it came from the estate, and she would have it was just not something she would have bought in the last 30 years. So I see Kelly at 12. Oh, shoot. I'm not writing stuff down either. I gotta be good about this. Give me a second, Kelly. Okay. Yep. Yeah, very good quality. It doesn't have a manufacturer. It doesn't have a name on it. I didn't see one in the. See, I got a gold tone lobster claw type clasp here, which tells me that it's not 50, 60, or 70 years old. Lobster claw, I don't think it goes that far back. I'm looking to see if I can see any markings on it, but I don't see any. So, but it's an excellent quality piece. So, yes, it is pretty, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to say going once. Going twice. Last call. Sold to Killian for $12. Done. And let me write that down. Thank you, thank you. Let me put that with the other stuff over here. So that was one of the items in the preview. All right, let me go to sneaky earrings. What did I do with those? Oh yeah, here they are. Some interesting earrings. My wife. I'm not quite sure what to make of these, but I'll show them to you, and then you can decide for yourselves. These really interesting earrings. Trying to get my camera closer here in a second. There. I'm not quite sure what the intent of these earrings were, but here they are. I'm going to call these red. Is it glass? I don't think it is. Red and crystal I guess got to put a name down. It's just my own description here, so I don't keep track of things. We'll start this at, boy, I don't know, $4. Let's start it at $4 and see if anybody's interested. And so, show you them up close here. Let me take one off the card. I almost think that the ear wire might be silver. It's not marked, but it's not magnetic. So let's show you these up close. You can see why I think they're rather strange to me. I guess it's supposed to be like a flower pattern. And then really nice pink crystal to accent it. Lampwork style? Yeah, I guess that could be considered that. Meanwhile, this other pair of earrings set up for next in the future here. And I would, if you, I didn't make any attempt. Excuse me. I did not make any attempt to clean these earrings, so there's probably a little bit of tarnish on there, I would guess. Okay. Let me set up another piece here while we're leaving that up. Just checking this one for markings. Another estate piece that's coming up. And this one's got a different kind of clasp. And another long necklace coming up. All right. We will pass on these, and that's okay. And just do another estate piece. Again, I'm going to back up the camera, bring it up. And this is glass. Yeah, this is glass, I think, because it feels cold to the touch. Accented with little blue crystals and little white pearl-like pieces. So I'm going to call this the blue and white necklace. And we'll start, oops, spelled that. Good thing I have spell check. We'll start this one at, boy, I don't know where I'll just say $8. Nice to be the number I'm popular with tonight. Okay, it's pretty long. I'm going to say, where's my ruler? That's got to be pretty close to 24 inch necklace. And excuse the tag again, like I said. There's the type of clasp it is. I think it's a clasp. Yes, it is. So it's not a lobster claw clasp. It's one of these little slide type clasp. If we'll focus, there we go. And you can see want each of you will see the beads up close. What they look like. If there's any interest in that. Okay. You gotta get a lot of long necklaces tonight. Okay. Put that up on screen. I'm just going to leave it set up like this and show you another necklace. Here we go. Put that all on screen there properly. Okay. No interest in that one. That's fine. Let's pass. And I got this really interesting one. This is not an estate piece that's coming out now. This is a different one. But this one is really, really long, as I said. This one is measured 14, so it was a 28-inch necklace on this one. Let me see if I can get the camera to pick it all up. There we go. Okay, we'll get rid of this. And we're going to call this the black and gold gold tone necklace. And we'll start this one at $6. What's that? I'll show you how. Let's get the usual lobster claw. No markings, no tags, or anything like that. It does have this like a little simulated pearl inside a gold wrap with gold beads for accent, and then these octagonal type shaped brown beads. I don't think these are glass or any kind of a gemstone. I think they're just a bead, but nice bead. So, but it's got a really interesting contrast with the gold and the black. If there's any interest in that. Let's see what we're going to do next. Oh, hold off on that. Just trying to go through some of the estate pieces. Oh, I should do that one next. Yeah. Do this one next. Okay. Pass on that. No interest. Excuse me. Okay, this is an estate piece. When I looked this one up, some indicated that they were, it was either Napier or Monet. I think it was Napier. But I could not find any markings on it. Oh, now I can't get it to do what I want. Huh. Well, there. And I'm going to bring the camera back over and down. Let me set this thing properly here so you can see it nicely. Oh, nice little gold tone bracelet. Oops, get off the screen. And we'll start this one at $5. I didn't see any marking. You can see it does have a clasp on it. And it looks like it's fairly long. I would say including, I don't know, not too bad. Looks like 8-inch. 8-inch. Like I said, there were no markings on it that I could find. There's one side of it. There's the other side. So you get a little idea what it looks like. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't mention it at the beginning, but I will not be in auction next week. I'll be away. Get somebody taking care of the house. All right. No interest in the bracelet. This was going to be this next piece is going to be really interesting to try and display. You'll see why in a minute. Okay. Oh, I never stress. Unless I'm really, really ill. That's really, really rare. So, okay, no interest in that, and that's okay. So we'll put that away. I wish some of these were for the woman, for the kind of money she apparently had. Sometimes some of the stuff is amazing. Some of the stuff is catches me by surprise. Okay, a very interesting necklace. I would almost put this one down as. To me, this seems like a 20s style. To be honest, it's got the really long piece like this, and then the necklace here. So the necklace part. Now, what did I do with my ruler? I just have it in my hand. The necklace part is about 22 inches, and there's the clasp, so you can see the clasp. And so it's got these pearls, like right there, and you can see that it's got this little silver accent with crystals in it here, going down to this larger simulated pearl, and again the silver accent there above it again, going down to yet even more, to two more pieces like that. So it's a am I mistaken, or am I thinking that this is like a flapper style, 20 style necklace? I cannot get this to hang where I want to show you all of it properly, but I'll have to hold it, I guess. So there's the long dangly part of it. I'm back up a little bit here so you can see it, and then the necklace part of it. Kind of weird, huh? So I'm going to call this the very long simulated pearl necklace, and I misspelled that. We're getting my spell checks there. We'll start this at, I'm going to stick with my $8 number. I have no idea what this is worth. I didn't even try to look it up. But there it is. There. I see Marlene at 8. I wondered if you were interested because of the pearl-like aspect of it. But, and we will say going once. Going twice. The last call. I mentioned last week that I watch other auctions like ours. And that is sold. And I was able to pick up real pearl necklace all wrapped in velvet in the case for my wife at an auction. They turned out they were valued between $150 to $200, and I paid $50. So there are deals to be had out there. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you. Get a bag to put that in and put your name on it. So. And where did I do my marker? There. Thank you. Yeah. There. We'll set that over there and write your name down. They call it a large pearl necklace, right? Name written down. Yeah, good deal for her, I hope. All right. Let's see here. What else we want to do now? Oh, let's try some earrings. These, I think, yes, these are the ones. These are not a state, but I want to bring them. They're marked. The ear wires are marked 925. I'm pretty convinced that they're a silver through and through. So I'm going to start these at $7. So I think they're marked clearly enough that I can actually show you. If I can keep my hand steady enough on the camera. There, see it right? You can see that right next to my thumb there where it says 925. And so it's a key. The key itself is not marked, but the ear wire definitely is. So I mean, for those that are sensitive and have to have silver or some precious metal for an earring, these are safe. These are silver if you're not sensitive to silver. I do know people who cannot wear silver, and they can only wear gold or anything else other than silver. Kellen, I just typically what I do is I give you a wrench once. It's not critical. The wrench only allows you to be a moderator, and and Marlene can probably back me up on this, but I've had maybe less than half a dozen trolls in the last 3 years. And I mean, I haven't done that many auctions. The last 2 years is when I've been most active. And actually, this moderator can put somebody in timeout, that kind of thing. So, but I just get around. When I get around to it, I'll add you as a wrench. It's not critical for bidding or anything else. It doesn't give anybody there are no benefits to it other than that makes you a moderator. So, but I'll make a note to add you as a moderator. I have no problem with that. I think I've got 4 or 5 people, something like that. It's not a lot of them. So, I've never been able to figure it out how to do it during the auction. I know there's a way to do it. I would have to maybe start a different YouTube session so I can go over to my YouTube account and add you in. So, nah, nothing to do with that. I know some people do that when they verify people to make sure they're not getting, like I said, trolls or scammers. I don't have that. I've never had that problem. I've had only 2 people who have bid on something and never gave me their contact information, and I didn't realize I didn't have their information at the time, and they never did get back to me, so I never could invoice them. And I think it was somebody who was legitimate. They just forgot. So I mean, the reason I say that is I've seen them in other auctions. So, but anyway, okay, let's just get back to the auction. Going once, going twice, last call, and sold Kelly M for $7. Thank you. So, but yeah, I'll add you. It's usually people I trust. That's how I usually work it. And all right, put that with the other stuff over here. There, that's easy. And let me write that down. That was not from the estate, by the way. That was. Those are newer than that. In fact, they're fairly new. Okay, let's see. Estate. Ooh, let's see here. I got a lot of necklaces from the estate. This one's an unusual one. I think we'll put this one up. Let me see if it's in good condition first before I say that. Yeah, looks okay. This one has an actually unusual clasp. I'll show you in a minute. And it's not going to show well against the black. My white piece is broken. I mean, well, it is sort of broken. I might be able to make it work. Let me see. My white display, if it's within reach here. But this is a mixture of hematite and stone. Looking for my other display. I guess I didn't. I thought I had it within reach. I don't. I'll show it in my hands anyway. So, all right, come on. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, Marlene, you're right. I think that happened to you. Okay. So this is the state piece. This looks like it's a combination of, I'm going to say amethyst chips and hematite, I think. Pretty sure about that, actually. Amethyst, chip, they're polished, and hematite. Necklace. You know what? We're going to start with this. I'm going to pick my popular number for the night tonight, $8. And we'll show it off. It doesn't really show well against the black, so I'll show it against my hand. So you can see it. They're amethyst, but they're anyway. If you know anything about amethyst, the darker the color, the more valuable. So these are not considered. Maybe that's why they made chips out of it. But and then you can see the hematite in between. This is pretty long too. But this is what I was talking about, the clasp. Look at that clasp. It's a little hook with a flower and leaf. And I did not see any markings on it. It wouldn't surprise me if it's silver because of the color tone to it and the feel of it. I'm pretty sure it's not magnetic. Let me check real quick. I'm guessing that's a silver clasp. I'm looking at it under my light here. See if I can see any kind of a faint marking, but I don't see anything. But it's interesting. They have a little, the type of clasp it is. Hook and eye, and there's a little rose there on that. There might look a little rose-shaped piece right there, and another one on the hook itself. So yeah, pretty interesting piece. And I'm guessing this is going to be, oh boy, I'm going to say it's, yeah, I'm also right. I've got a good guess. 24 inch, almost 24 inch necklace. Ah! Clumsy me. There, back it up. There we go. So, I didn't put that on screen. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's sad when that happens, but fortunately for me, Marlene, it's a rare occurrence. I think. Gosh, I'd have to think back how many months back that happened. I don't know if it was even this year. So I'm trying to recall, but I can look at my records. But anyway, but this is an estate piece. Oops. Camera. There we go. So it looks darker than it is. I mean, of course, the hematite is black. So, but the chips are fairly light. So I think, against, like I said, against the flesh tone, it doesn't look quite so dark. Okay. Let's see what else oh, these are interesting. And then let me see this. Okay. Right, we'll pass on that. I don't think I showed this one in the preview. No, and I'm pretty sure I didn't actually. Put that back back and with the rest of the estate stuff, and we'll go to some earrings. These are not from the estate. Get that to focus. Get that message off the screen. So, oh, I did see. I just saw your bid, Kelly M. Okay, hang on. Let me pull that out and put that back. Just make it official here. We'll say going once. I'm just going to skip it because, oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to say sold to Kelly M for $8. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And put that with your other stuff. Okay. All right, back to the earrings. So these cute little elephant earrings. That's what I'm going to call them. Now we'll start these at. Oh, let's keep this in a reasonable range here. $4. I have no idea what the ear wires. They're a little tarnished, so they're either silver plated or silver. I would go with the silver plated. But hey, Chris, and I see Marlene at 4. And you see there's a little white beads there, accented, a little green bead. I think that might even be a stone, actually. That almost looks like Amazonite type of thing, or something like that. And then the gold tone beads and some other kind of stone there at the bottom. It looks like a jasper or something like that, maybe. Lucky to wear. Oh, okay. Is that focusing right? I don't think it is. Let's try it again. There we go. That's better. Okay. Excuse me. I got another sip of water. So, okay. We will say going once. Going twice. Last call. Sold Marlene for $4. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me put that with your other item tonight. Okay, well, we got a few folks out there now. This is an estate piece. This is going to probably be one of the where do I put it? This is going to start at a higher price than most of my stuff I've been doing tonight, but you'll see why very soon. Okay. I did look this one up, and I know these are. I'm going to try and give you a good deal. I'm going to shoot for about half of what they see I'm going for, and you guys can either bid or not bid, whatever. But I'm going to have to start it at least $15. It's marked Austria. I'll show it on the back if I can find it here. Here it is. See if that'll focus. Let me back off the light here so it won't be so bright. See if it'll focus. I don't think it will. No. But it is a really nice gold colored piece on the back with green and gold crystals. Stabby factor on this is, there is a little bit of a stabby factor there. It looks like it is sticking out just beyond the edge of it there. You can see there. I see Chris at 15. The tag is just an inventory tag. Keep track of that. Came from the estate. Excuse me. Yeah, I when it comes to some of the stuff from the estate when I've priced it, I usually shoot for roughly half of what I'm saying I'm going for. And I say going for, not what they've sold for necessarily. You know, what people are asking out there. So, but this came from the estate, yes. I'm just going to write this one down here, and just so I keep track of it here, because I know obviously it's been sold to at least one person. And we're going to say going once, going twice. Chris, I haven't come across that necklace yet either, by the way. I'm still looking. I figure I must have set it aside somewhere. So, last call. I do sell on eBay. I have some Joan Rivers pins out there, for example, on eBay for jewelry. I don't have a lot of jewelry on eBay, but I do have it. And my eBay channel is listed on the in my about me kind of thing. So, and we'll say sold to Chris. Excuse me. I was gonna sneeze here for a second. For $15. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now let me set that aside. Write your name on it. And I even have a nice little box that came in. In fact, I don't know if this is the original box, but if it is, it says it was made in Brooklyn, but I don't believe that's, no, I mean sold in Brooklyn, not made in Brooklyn, sold in a shop out of Brooklyn. So, I don't know. It's a good question. But, be that as it may. All right, so let's put that there for you. So, yeah, I had purses in the last couple, not last week, a couple weeks before, and I do have, they're sitting there behind me. But let's go to some more jewelry. Oh yeah, this is an interesting. This one I know I've shown an auction before, and it's a little. It's a set because it comes with a pair of earrings, but the earrings are clip-ons. But the necklace itself is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm trying to set it up here. I just can't. My athletic fingers just don't want to cooperate here to get it on the display. Just give me a second. If I can get it hooked, there we go. And I'll put it on my thing here. And we'll bring the camera up. And there it is. And so I do have matching clip earrings, which will go with it, whether you use clip earrings or not. If I could convert them to something other than clip earrings, I would do that. These are estate pieces, though, and I'm afraid I would be afraid to damage it. You know, if it was my own stuff, I would make that attempt, but it's not. And so we will go with this. Oh, you did get that one. Okay, good, because you had sent me an email saying you thought it was missing. So I wanted to make sure you got it. So cool. Oh, phew. That's a load off my mind if that's true. If there's still something missing, then please let me know, and I'll look. But okay, so this is a crystal set, I want to call it. We'll start this at. Boy, this is really pretty. Boy, I mean, I know the earrings are really useless for most people, but the necklace is just so really nice. Let me start this at 10. I think that's fair. Let me show you it's a hook style clasp. Where is it here? Show you that. There's the hook. There's no markings on the hook. It's just a plain hook. But I want to show you the thing away from that black, and you can see the crystals are just amazing on this thing. They catch the light, and that's almost too much light. I think that's the problem here. Yeah, let's see if I can crank it away a little bit. Turn it down some to catch the other light. Yeah, that would be great, Chris. Thank you. All right, focus now. Come on. Huh. Oh, there we go. So you can see that how these catch the light. Really, really pretty. And short. He knows how it falls on this. So I would, say that's probably a, and then there's the earring. Comes with it, matching earrings and clip. No markings on them. But so, okay. And that's a vintage piece that I got to put back in the box, but there it is. I see Chris at 10. Looks like going once. Going twice. Last call. Sold to Chris. That came in a box. It looks like the original box for it too. So, okay, you put that with your other piece. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to write that down. As soon as I can find my pen. Okay, speaking of pens, let's go with another pen. This one has no markings on it. It looks hand painted. Camera back down. It is a pin. It looks like a hand painted ceramic pin. Oops, let me get rid of that message on screen. And started at $6. And so just to show you the back. That came from that's also an estate piece. And I'm trying to untangle this mess here. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to untangle a mess here. I threw some stuff on the table and wasn't paying attention, and it all tangled up. And I'm good at untangling, but just trying to make sure I don't damage anything. I'll show you some earrings here shortly. Some unusual, I would call them, well, no one's unusual, but they were interesting. And then we'll go to some more necklaces. And I'm trying to remember if I showed every. Oh no, there's a little more stuff from the preview that I haven't shown yet. We got a vintage piece here. Let me get that one ready. Oh, yeah, come on now. My inventory thing is kind of in the way here. I'm just trying to reposition it so it's not in the way. Okay. No interested in the pin, that's fine. We'll pass. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. And the weather's great wherever you are. I know Chris last week was having some issues with tornadoes, so. Okay, this is a silver and gold tone necklace, which is out of focus, I think, because it's driving it crazy with the reflection. So let me see if I can back off the light a little bit. There. See if that helps. Oops. Oh, okay. Super. Thanks, Chris. Okay. Silver and gold tone necklace. This is an estate piece also. It still has the original purchase price tag on it. I'm going to start this one. We're going to stick with our $8. This is vintage piece. This is a vintage piece. I'm pretty sure. Let me get it off. The black is just not doing any good. It's called something called the best of everything. And there's the original price. But again, like I said, this is vintage. It's got a toggle style clasp. Is it marked with that name on the thing itself? I did not see that. Oh, wait a minute. I'll take that back. No, there's a hang tag. So yes, so there's a hang tag on it right there. And so you can see against my hands, it's silver, large silver tone and small gold tone in between. And they get larger as you go to the bottom and smaller as you go towards the top. It's not doesn't have a chain to make it different lengths. So I'm going to say this is probably, I would guess this is close to 18 or 20 inch. 20, yep, 20 inch. So it still has the original price on it, and it is a vintage piece that I don't know where she bought it because it just has that price on it, and that's that. And I have looked this one up too, so these are still considered a good price, I guess, for that. Oh, come on now. Boy, it really doesn't like that black on the gold and silver. Oh, you had hail. Oh, I'm sorry. You had hail damage. On your car, your house, and storage. Wow. Yeah, I know. Our friends that live in Austin. He was telling me that they have body shops that specialize in hail damage. That's the only thing they repair is hail damage. It's their specialty, apparently. It's how frequent it is down there. It's like, wow. He says it could take a long time to get your car back, too. He's unfortunate. Last I knew, he hasn't yet to have his car exposed. But they've had certainly hailstorms in Austin. But, okay, we'll pass on this. And put that back in the box. Earrings. What did I just have? So these are cute earrings. They're an enamel earring. Crank up this intensity here a little bit. Oops, wrong thing. I'm getting color now. Oh my goodness. Hit the wrong button. There we go. Huh. Why isn't that working? Oh my goodness, what did I do? Let's try that again. Huh. I can't get my light to go white. Pardon the flashing, sorry. Oh, that's yellow. There we go. Back to my neutral white here. Okay, let me get rid of that off of there. Well, that's still not showing the right color. Hang on. There we go. That's better. Now it's showing the right color. So these are an enamel post style earring. Oh my! I think we'll just call these an orange enamel earring. Oh, start them at $4. Is any interest? And then we'll go to a necklace. Maybe we'll do another. We'll do another estate piece. Oh. This was not an estate piece. Okay. What did I do with that? Like I mentioned at the beginning, I started going through the estate stuff here, and carport. Oh yeah. Oh, it'd be interesting to see what you have for antique cars. My son-in-law has a '64 Buick Skylark that he's restored. Well, I say restored. It's a little more souped up than the original was. The body looks the same, but what's underneath the hood and a few other things is not. The original radio still works though, and he's done a lot of other cosmetic things to it. But it's a fun car. He'll be at an auto show this weekend, actually. Okay, we'll pass on these. I had to get another drink. Okay. And another estate piece that was in the preview. And I'm going to show it on my hand because if I put it I'm going to show it against the white here. Because if I put it on the black, it's black on black, and it just doesn't work. Bring the camera up a little bit so you can see all of it. There. So it's hematite and silver. I'm not sure if these are real silver. I can tell you in a second if they're magnetic at least. Oh, shoot, that's right. Hematite's magnetic. So that's not going to do any good. Hematite has iron in it. It's magnetic. 57. Oh, man. My grandmother had a 54 Bel Air. Oh, man, that was a car. Oh, loved it. And a 32 Ford. 32 Fords are really popular. They always have been. Yep. We have a huge auto street rod show here every summer at the fairgrounds, and it's somewhere in the range of 400 cars that show up from all over the United States and Canada. It's a fun show to go to, and you see all kinds of stuff, from all kinds of street rods and rat rods as well. So it's pretty cool. So all right, so let's get the toggle clasp, hematite and silver tone. I'm going to call it silver tone because I don't know if I can't test them. Silver tone bead. The clasp is not marked. It does have a little bit of tarnish on it, so I'm going to guess that it's probably silver plated, if not silver. And this was an estate piece, like I said. So yeah, we get. I know it'd be a long drive for you guys, but we do have some people that come. Well, I think these people do like a circuit. They go around to all kinds of different shows, so they do get them some from out west. But anyway, okay, sorry. Hematite and silver tone, I'm going to say necklace. And this was an estate piece. So we'll start this at $8. That'll be my number tonight, I guess, right? 888. I know some people love the hematite stuff, and some people don't. It's not a love-hate thing, but you definitely, and boy, it is definitely hematite. You saw the magnetic response. And I'll wait with the length on that. I'm going to guess 18. Yep, 18. I'm getting pretty good at guessing the length sometimes. But, okay. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, next. I don't know if I have much left in the way of ear. Oh, no, I have one more pair of earrings. I think I showed these before, but I can't remember. These earrings coming up. I hate that. I'd write it down too, and I still don't always remember. I had a bag of. Let me see if there's anything in the. This. Oh no, let's throw this up next after this one. Another estate piece I randomly grabbed. Oh, I wrote it down. How good it be? Huh, cool. Just checking for something before I put it up there. Yep, I had a suspicion. Not that it matters much, but this next piece is the only one that has a small amount of gold in it. Can't make out what it says completely, but it's there. It's an older piece, so I think it's a little faded. But yep. Okay. All right, we'll pass on this. We'll go to this bracelet from the estate. And this is amethyst, citrine, and peridot. Let me get that off the screen. Put this away. And the clasp is marked 120 gold filled, either 12 or 14K. I couldn't quite make it out with my loop. So, yeah, it is marked on there. So, so what do they say? Amethyst. Can't spell. Amethyst. Citrine. Peridot. Bracelet. And we'll start this at $6. And I wrote, you see on my tag, I even wrote down what the stones were so I could keep track of it. But yeah, it is marked for what little bit of gold. Like I said, what little bit is there is gold filled. The clasp, not like it's a lot of gold, but 1/20th of 14K, whatever that works out to be for that tiny little piece. So. Oh, and the length on that is probably 7.5 or 8. I'm gonna say. It is 8, almost 8.25. So. Yeah, that's the citrine. Amethyst. peridot must be that right there, or the green. The green is the peridot. Not sure what the others are. This could be quartz. Combination of different color stones. Okay. And let's do another. I'm just grabbing stuff here at random now from the estate. And this is another bracelet. No markings in this one either. Okay, we'll pass on this one. And we'll go with this one here that looks like a combination of hematite and I don't think those are real pearls. I think they're just simulated. But it has a toggle clasp, which is not marked. Make any notes on that one. We'll start this one at $5. More smooth it, more spell tape. Hematite. And this one looks shorter. Let's have a look here. No, 8. It's also 8. So, it just, I guess because of the big bead kind of threw me off. I think it's smaller. Visual. Okay. And let's see, another piece here from the estate. Oh, guess what? I just found, I just found a piece that would almost match those earrings I showed earlier. That's interesting. Yet they're not from the estate, which is really interesting. I'm looking to see this is marked, and it's not. Okay, we'll pass on this. And this is a necklace with a hugely long chain. I'm trying to see the length of it here if I can before I put it up. 24. 30-inch chain on this. And it's just a silver tone chain with a large lobster claw clasp plus an extender, which I do not have. I did not measure the extender when I measured it. So I did not see a tag or anything like that on it. But this is an estate piece. I'm going to call it the flower necklace. It's 30 inches long. We'll start this at $5. Is any interest? Let's see how we doing here. We're in the state. I got more state pieces yet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do a non-estate piece next. If I can get it, make sure it's not tangled. Nope, it's not. Okay, good. I think. I'm just double checking it there to make sure I don't have something all tangled up. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Huh. I did have it sort of tangled up. Pardon me while I try to clean out my mess. Oh, I see what I did. Oh, I'm going to have to fix this one. This one came apart at the jump ring. I thought I saw that earlier. It needs a new jump ring. Okay, we'll set that aside. Too bad because it's really pretty, but it just needs a new jump ring. Okay, going to pass on this. I do have more state pieces coming up, so bear with me. But thank you so far. Oh, earrings, that's right. I think I showed these last week. We should do these first, and then I'll jump to the necklace. They look to be silver, and they're not magnetic, I think. Let's double check that when I say that. No, the base of it is. No, whatever is holding the type of stone is magnetic. So this is not silver. The ear wire, I don't know. The ear wire is not reacting to the magnet, but I'm going to call this the square earring. We'll start these at $4. Is there any interest? And like I say, this is a shepherd's hook. That's what they look like up close. Kind of a blackish stone like onyx or hematite in there. It is magnetic, so it could be the stone. If it's hematite, it could be what's causing it to be magnetic. So hard to test when they do that. That's the back. So you see no markings. Okay. I'm sore today. Ouch. All right. No interest in those. That's fine. We'll pass. Those in the box. Those were not in the stage. And neither is this next piece either. Another necklace. Let me bring the camera up. So that is really green. Like you see it. It's kind of like a cat's eye green. And then the necklace itself is a combination of various colors. I'll take it off this so you can see the colors up close. But I'm going to call this the green pendant necklace. And we'll start this at $5. So you get to see it up close here. And then it has these are not glass, they're acrylic. Then you have some purplish ones and some greenish tint ones, cat's eye ones, and a combination of different things. And there's the clasp with the extender. So it gives you an idea what the back of this is, just gold tone. Gives you an idea what it looks like. I really do have to fix the other piece. 5 I see from Marlene, so it's like going once. Going twice. Last call. And sold Marlene for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'll write that down. There. Okay, let's see. Let's go with this estate piece, I think. Oh, it's kind of an interesting piece. This thing is so long, I'm going to double it up. Necklace. So there's the, I'm going to show it up close here to get you an idea of the color. It's kind of a fluorescent blue, or is that what I'm looking for? Luminescent blue color. Kind of a woven piece. It is super, super long. So I think it's intended to be more like that. And you can see even like this, it's still fairly long. So I'm going to call this the luminescent. Wait, now I'm challenging my spelling here. Luminescent. There we go. Oh, I was close. Oops, make an extra character. That's why. Blue necklace. We'll start this one at $7. How's that sound? Like I said, doubled up. It's that long. Let me see what the so the overall length. If I take it, multiply, it's 40 inches long. That's how long it is. Because I measure a drop of 10 times 4. So yeah, and that's how I would think you would want it worn. I don't think if you'd want it any other way. But I see that if I bring it too close, you just really freaks out the camera. That's why I was trying to show it like this. Okay. Let's see what else we got left from the estate here. Ooh, that's a pretty one too. Oh, I do want a sterling piece. Let me take another look at this. I think I know I've shown this one in the past. I'm trying to remember what it is. That's what I was trying to remember. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have shown this one before. We'll set it anyway. See what things. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get it done. Untangled here while I'm looking at that one. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay. The clasp on this is a little flaky. Yeah, maybe I won't show it. The clasp looks it's got a slight defect to it, so too bad. It's all silver though. I mean, I can replace the clasp. I have them. I just gotta do it. So we will set that aside. And pass on this one. Again, I wonder if that would have been better against the blue, against the white. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there for a second while I set up this next piece. And this one's not marked either. Another estate piece. Okay, gonna pass on this. Driving. Ooh, well, be careful. Careful. Okay. We'll set that aside. I have a bag for that yet. Yeah, some of these estate pieces I have to be really careful because some of them got damaged and at some point, not while I've had them in my possession, but they got damaged. Okay, another necklace from the estate. This is kind of pretty actually. It's a little angel. I'll show it in my hand because it's a very delicate little chain. It is not marked. Let me see. I can tell you real quick if it's magnetic. Yep, the chain is magnetic. So, and the usual lobster claw clasp. But the pendant is kind of really pretty. Oh, come on. Back over the intensity again. So it's a combination of silver and gold tone with an angel in the middle. There we go. The angel in the middle. And that's short. Okay. You set that down actually like that. That shows better there. Angel pendant neck and neck. So let's start this one at $5 bucks. It is not, it's not silver. It's definitely a silver tone. Okay. A couple more necklaces here from the estate. We're getting pretty close to my 10:30 limit here. So that is good. Is there more stuff from the estate? Yes, but not much. Well, and there is more jewelry. I think we've gone through a lot of it in the past. Oh yeah, this piece here. I'll show it anyway. I got this interesting piece. It might work for somebody who wants to reuse it, or somebody could use it as is. This next piece. Okay. Oh, I see Chris at 5. Thank you, Chris. Sorry, I was looking at the next piece I want to show. Okay, attention here. Going once, going twice. Last call. And it is sold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down. Where did I put your stuff over there? There it is. There. Okay, this is not a necklace. And if you're paying close attention, you'll see on the end why it's not a necklace. The ends are identical. And it is amethyst. It looks like amethyst polished beads. That's what it appears to me. And these look like amethyst as well. Well, let me get this tag out of this and throw off the camera. But recognize what it is. Not a common item anymore. Eyeglass holder. You put this over your eyeglass. The peak goes over your ear, and you can keep your glasses in front of you. I see Chris at 5. Oh, there is somebody interested in something like that. Well, it is reusable. I mean, even if you didn't use it as an eyeglass holder, the beads are really nice, and you can certainly make it into a necklace, I think, by just taking these pieces off the end carefully. And it is with a jump ring, so you could probably put a clasp on that. So that'd be kind of cool. I could have done that, but again, I don't like to alter the stuff I get from the estate. And I do that. I have an exception. Sometimes I have a bunch, and this woman had a bunch of clip earrings, and there are a few that I can put shepherd hooks on and convert them to a regular non-clip earring. But okay, going once. Oh, you okay? Cool. Going twice. I know people. I know there are people that still use them. It's not something I see commonly anymore. I guess I just don't hang around with the same type of folks anymore when they did when I was a kid. Sold, Chris, for $5. Thank you. Let me write that down. Okay. Now let me put that with the rest of your stuff. Okay, what have I got left? What have I got left? Oh, I put that in the bag. I got to pay for it. No, that's just my pen. Let me throw that eyeglass thing in the bag so it doesn't tangle up with the other stuff. Cool. I had a couple sets of those. I wonder if I put the other ones in there somewhere. I'll have to look. Okay. I have an unusual piece that came from the estate. I'm assuming it belonged to her husband. I'll show that towards the end here. Let's just do this other necklace from the estate. And I'm not going to put it on the black because it's black and silver. And I'll show you the clasp. And you can see all the little seed beads on each end of this very long, and let me see the length of it again. This was another really long one. This is, I'm going to say, looks like 28-inch necklace. Again, hematite. She really was into the hematite. There's a lot of hematite stuff in this stuff. So, but it's a very interesting pattern. It's a hematite with looks like little silver seed beads wound through around each piece, and then at the end, or maybe it's not silver, maybe it's just a white, or just a clear seed bead. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I would say that's not silver color. Well, I don't know. Anyway, no marking on the clasp or anything like that. But okay, so hematite. I'm going to call this the woven hematite necklace, and we'll start this one. We'll stick with my $8 thing. Like I said, this guy's really wants me to get rid of this stuff, and so I'm giving you guys some good deals. Let's put that up. So it's very long. 28-inch. And there's no adjustable, there's no extender or anything like that on it. That is the length it is. But very pretty, yeah, very pretty. Okay, where am I? Oh, right, getting near the end here. Am I missing something? I swore I had one more thing. Well, I do and I don't. I'm just checking on one item here while I leave that up for a minute. No. The one thing I find very. Oh, hey, Chris, I see your bid. Thank you. I'm trying to look at the next piece here. I think this next piece is going to be silver, but it's not marked and I can't test it, and I'll explain why. We'll say going once. Oh, itch. Starting to get itchy from the bug bites from today. Going twice. Oh, my going once didn't show up. That's weird. Last call. Sold to Chris for $8. Thank you. Let me write that down. Okay. All right. Thanks again. I'll put that right there. Oh, I did have a bag for it. Okay. So I'm fairly confident this is silver and tarnished. If it's not silver, it's definitely silver plate. So it's a delicate little necklace with a tub with a the round style clasp like that. Could not find any markings on it to indicate that it's silver. But it's not magnetic. It has a Christian medallion on the end with the saying on the back. Guess you can see it. Come on. My hand's steady here if I can get it on camera properly. This is Maria something Goretti, I think it is. My eyesight's not as good as it used to be. S. Maria Goretti. And this thing, it is tarnished. I can tell you that right now. If there's any interest in this, I would. I'm not sure what to ask for it. I guess I'll start it at 7 and leave it at that. Only because it's silver and I have two. Oh, that one. I have another one that's similar, and that one's not marked. This one's not marked either. I don't think. Let me double check with my loop, but I'm pretty sure it's not marked. And this one is not magnetic. And the other one's not magnetic either. No. Let me just check this one for markings. See if there's any markings on this one. These are old enough that they may not be. They didn't always mark silver. This one says sterling. think. Yeah. And so this one is same thing. This one's also Mary, and this one has has a name on it somehow here. I can't make it out clearly. It is Mark Sterling. And either one of these, I would say, would be $7. We'll show you that one up close. There's the back. I think that's the back. And it's Mark Sterling right on the bottom, as well as the chain is Mark Sterling. And it really needs to be cleaned properly. You can see there's a bunch of writing on there around what appears to be Mary. And so either one of those for $7, if there's a starting bid of $7, if there's any interest. Okay. Was there anything else in my reach? No, I guess not. I did want to show. Okay, so we're going to pass on that. The second one. Oh, this one. Okay, cool. So going once, going twice. Last call. So, Chris, for $7. That's a good deal because for silver nowadays, I know is highly collectible. But this says, religious considerations. So, thank you. Let me put that with your other stuff, Chris, and write that down. Wait. Oh, okay. The second one, right. You want the one, not the one that the first one they showed, the second one, this one. The one that's marked Sterling. That's the one I'm assuming. I know there's a bit of a lag, so I'll wait a few seconds here. Yeah, okay, good. All right. I thought you were pretty clear, I thought. That's what you wanted. Appreciate that. All right, let me write it down. Okay. So I mentioned at the beginning, and I know you weren't here, Chris, but I started going through this estate stuff, and this is the crazy stuff I'm coming across that I had no idea what their value on some of this stuff was. So like this piece here, really, really pretty piece, and it's marked GK rolled gold 20 microns. And the back of the pin itself is marked GK, which I forget what the name is now. When I looked it up, I didn't write it down on the card. Wish I'd written it down now. But turns out this is worth my putting it on eBay. Let's put it that way. So that's where it's going to show up. I'm going to have to do a little more research to make sure I'm asking a fair price. The other piece that I came across is this Nolan Miller. If anybody knows much about jewelry, Nolan Miller's highly collectible pieces. And I think this one was going for over $100. So crazy, huh? I mean, I don't think it's even silver. Well, maybe it is. Nah, I don't know. It is signed though in the back. Another glare is just crazy. But it is signed right there by my thumb. that's a pretty piece too that was in the state. You'll see that on eBay. Probably not for that price. Well, I'll probably go for a lot less than that. And then I showed this at the beginning of the video. You may not have seen it. And then this is a what was his name? I wrote down. David Anderson. This is solid. This is still all silver. It's all silver worked with. I don't know what the blue is. If it's just enamel painted on the silver. But this piece, somebody had this a very similar piece like this on eBay. They were asking over $200, and it is signed on the back, and it is silver. So those, when you ask me about my eBay, yeah, those are going to be out there very soon. Yeah, there's some really neat pieces just in the state, and you know, I realize that, you know, I'm not going to put up $100 pieces out here for people. They're not probably prepared to spend that kind of money in an auction. Not in my auction, not the audience. Typically, I try to give you guys better deals than that. You know, it's something that's affordable. Yeah. So I do have other pieces out there on other jewelry pieces. In fact, they're sitting right here in front of me right now. Some sterling pieces. I've got what was this one? I forget the brand name in this one. Again, my eyesight's terribly crazy. Carnegie. Get this Carnegie solid silver bracelet. So stuff like that. But thank you, Chris. I appreciate having you folks out there being my regular customers. So, and I will call it a night. Oh, it's after 10:30. I'm running late. Well, late for me. But anyway, yeah. And I have to. Fortunately, tomorrow is my off day for work. I mean, I still got to work, but I don't have to go in as early, so I get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow. A little bit. So I only have to be at work by 8 o'clock. So not so bad. Anyway, so that's where we are. No auction next week. We're on vacation and traveling, and see if I get lucky and panning for gold. Look, it'll be fun, whether we get some or not. Oh, thank you. Thank you for Happy Father's Day. And that's the day we're departing, is during that day. So whatever my daughters have planned for me, probably we'll try and do the day before, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. They usually just take me to lunch or something. So, but anyway, that's where we are. And I will definitely be back the week after with more new stuff, or new stuff to you, and we'll go from there. I will work very hard to get all the invoices out tomorrow for everybody, and we'll go from. And like I said, not leaving till Sunday, so if I get it out quickly enough and you are able to pay for it in time, I will have it in the mail no later than Saturday. So. The post office is just a half mile from my house, so or maybe 3/4 of a mile, something like that. Pretty close. So we'll get that in the mail pretty quickly. But anyway, hope you all have good weather and are safe, and no more hailstorms, right, Chris? So and no more tornadoes. So have a blessed evening and a great weekend. We'll see you in 2 weeks.